Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, we're going to be exploring a $1.9 billion e-commerce niche market that is absolutely blowing up. I'm going to be sharing with you one of the best stores in this category on Shopify, along with a whole bunch of data across TikTok Shop, across demand search. It's going to be pretty interesting. So buckle up and let's just get right into it. So the trend that I'm talking about is the lashes market, the false eyelash market. It's expected to grow to 2.7 billion. Right now, it's at 1.9 billion. That was 2024. This year, I'm sure it's above 2 billion. It is a pretty crazy market and it's absolutely blowing up. Now, I have a very specific trend within this trend that is actually exploding. Like, it's literally exploding as we speak, and it's the lash cluster market. So if we take a look, this has grown 99x over the last 5 years, and the demand is absolutely exploding across TikTok, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, literally all of these platforms. And by the way, this is a small little tip for any business owner out there, whether you're running an e-commerce store or not. Repost your content across these platforms. As you see, people are looking for all of these different products or ideas or solutions to their problems across all of these different channels. So why not be everywhere if you can? There's a lot of tools that help with that these days. Now, the lash category itself is massive, but the thing about it is that it is pretty competitive. However, I found pretty much what seems to be one of the best stores in this category, and it's called Lilac Street. So this is a Shopify store that is really well designed. I really love their aesthetic, and this is their best-selling product right here, their deluxe starter kit. So let's actually break down their landing page so that you can see just how the top brands do it, right? So they have this deluxe starter set, which is $57, and then you can kind of choose all the different lashes that you have or that you want right here. Also the sizing. So this is a pretty intricate niche. I mean, I didn't even really know there was sizing with this kind of stuff, but sizing, I guess, is a big thing. Now, if we kind of take a look further, this is a very simple landing page. It's actually not complicated at all. What it does, though, is it also encourages you to buy more, right? So you can actually buy more products here that are a little bit more affordable and just add them to your cart. So this is kind of an interesting structure. They just have related products right under the above the fold section. I do think their above the fold section could be a little bit better. It's not a huge deal though. I'm just kind of judging based on some of the other stores that we regularly review on the channel. But this is a nice little slider. I mean, it's not working too well right now for me, but I'm on desktop, so it's not likely to be this way on an actual mobile device. Another thing, I think they got too many of these little rewards here. It's a little much, but of course, who am I to judge? These guys are crushing it. But I also want to show you their traffic, right? I want to show you where they're getting a lot of traffic so that you could potentially start a store in these markets. So that's kind of what I do, right? I like to help you guys build your businesses. I like to give you tools and ideas to do so that you build with data, right? I want you guys to launch stores with confidence as opposed to just shooting stuff at the wall or throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. I don't think that's the best approach, even though that's, it's better than doing nothing. But as you see, they're getting mostly traffic from the US, but actually a lot of traffic from everywhere else in the world, such as Australia, United Kingdom, and Canada. So all of these markets are huge for this category, meaning you could launch, for example, an Australian version of the store. Even though these guys do sell to Australia, you could actually launch an Australian version of this and capitalize on this very specific trend here, which is there's so much demand behind it. Lash clusters itself, that's a product category within this category that is absolutely blowing up. Now, these guys are running a lot of ads, so I do want to go over some of their ads, but what I do also think they're doing a great job of is using TikTok. So this is actually the founder, and this is a really great video that she made talking about, all of like her whole story. And I'm actually surprised that they're not running this as an ad on Meta. They totally should run this as an ad on Meta. I believe it would do extremely well. I think more and more people are starting to realize the power of founder-led stories. And, that's one of the reasons why I love making these videos too. I want you guys to follow along my journey and building all these cool tools. For example, Shopee Lab. This is our software where we help people with up-to-date trends, data, and also an accelerator community where we actually help you one-on-one based on everything that we've learned from our agency clients, from our software clients that we use at Smart Reply as well. And of course, some of our own stores that we've scaled to 1 million a month in a matter of months. Branded dropshipping, though, that is, I will say it's a lot more impressive to scale an actual brand like this to those levels. But still, that has taught us a lot about growth marketing. And I would love to help more people and apply those concepts to more brands and invest in them as well. That's kind of the goal here, is to continue to invest in these companies. Now, one thing I will say is that, and this is actually a common issue. So this is an easy fix for all of you brand owners out there that I want to share with you, is just responding to all your comments. Okay. So as you see, these guys are posting a lot and, they don't get a ton of comments on everything, but when they do get comments, they're not actually they are responding to all of them. So in that post, they are responding to them. Let's see in this one. So here as well. So, okay, they're actually doing a much better job than most brands. Most brands don't respond to almost any comment, and I don't blame them, right? Like some of these older videos, it's hard to respond to older comments is the thing. So for example, here, we can see they miss a comment here, right? So it's not like the end of the world, of course. Like you can definitely get away with building a massive business without answering your comments. That's pretty much every brand, right? You see here, there's a couple comments unanswered. But here's the thing. If you did answer every single comment on time, right, especially when you're running a lot of ads, we regularly talk to advertisers that are spending, 10, 20, 30, even 50K a day on ads. And believe it or not, they don't have these systems set up to reply to all these comments. But if they did so, they would get more trust from their existing customers, from new customers, more sales from customers that have questions, and of course, just more brand safety, right? Because a lot of people comment very inappropriate things on ads a lot of times, and that's why we built Smart Reply. So Smart Reply is a pretty cool tool that kind of solves all of those problems. If you just go, let me just go back. If you go here, smartreply.io, pretty cool tool. You can use it for free on your Shopify store, or if you don't have a Shopify store, you can use it just on your social media pages. It covers everything. It'll save you, like, depending on the size of your brand, right? Some of the bigger clients that we have for it, which are literally 8 and 9 figure brands that you know of, they're saving hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, which is literally millions over the course of 10 years, right? Because guess what? In order to answer to every single comment full-time 24/7 with the right brand voice and everything, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And to get full-time coverage, right, across all your different markets and zones, you're going to need at least 2 or 3 full-time customer service managers on your social media pages. This saves you all of that, right? For starting at $50 a month, $49 a month. It's pretty unbelievable. However, I do want to mention, I don't want to shield this forever, but I do want to mention some brand owners out there don't have time to train the bot, set it all up, even though it's pretty easy, but I totally get it. A lot of brands don't want to do it themselves. They would rather hire a team to do it. So at our agency, Ecommerce, where we run a lot of ads for brands, we run Meta, Google, TikTok. I have an amazing team there. I've been training them on installing this system for brands. So if you want help installing this, you can get in touch with my team and myself, and we'll explore how we can actually add this AI growth agent to your brand strategy, especially if you're running a lot of ads right now. This is such a no-brainer. It'll make your ads better. It'll help your brand overall. So you can book a call with me and we can go over it. But this is only for brands. So don't book a call if you don't have a brand. If you're just trying to get started on Shopify, just use the Shopify link in the description and start for $1 a month and rinse and repeat. If your store fails, just start a new store for $1 a month. But I think this market is actually really good. I think you can find a lot of suppliers for this kind of thing, and ultimately a lot of people shop around, right? So some brands, this is the cool thing too, there's so many different price points for these kind of things. It's kind of shocking, actually. We can see some, for example, are just extremely pricey. I mean, the serum, that's also what's really cool about this, and that's what Lilac Street does. In their starter kit, they also have serums, right? So they don't just sell you the lashes, they sell you 3 different lashes, but also serums for your lashes so that you can, develop natural lashes, which is pretty cool. And I think that's the other big benefit of this niche is that you can, not only is it a recurring product that's pretty much a consumable, but also you can upsell different kind of products for your eyelashes and eyebrows as well. So you can turn it into a beauty brand pretty easily. And the beauty and personal care category, this is another thing, right? I would highly suggest for anybody starting a brand in this category, if you're drop shipping, then of course don't do this. You can't drop ship on TikTok Shop. But what I'm going to say is you should consider starting your business or your brand on TikTok Shop. Of course, start on Shopify, but connect a TikTok Shop to it, because what's really cool, and first of all, the beauty and personal care category on TikTok Shop is the biggest category. It is number one. In the last 30 days, there's been over $200 million of revenue produced by this category just on TikTok Shop US. It's unbelievable, actually. And this category is so massive, but the amazing thing about TikTok Shop for brands that are just getting started is that you're getting a full content engine built in, right? So if you do outreach, you're going to get people making content for you for free, just for sending them your product, right? And then you can use all of that content to run meta ads. And now content that converts, right? You're going to make sales from your content, from the content that your affiliates are making. And that's going to make you sales organically, right? You just pay them a commission. And then, of course, now that content converts, so you can run meta ads to it and test pretty much risk-free. Now, here's the key as well. So it kind of is a little bit of a numbers game. So if we take a look at, for example, this particular product, let's actually take a look at this shop, right? So I made a video on this shop yesterday. You can see it's a volume game. So they're doing more and more in revenue. They're at 10.8 million, which is just unreal, right? They're doing crazy numbers. But guess what? They have 6.6K active affiliates right now. And there's about 1,000 new videos being posted about this brand every single day. This is the game, right? This is the TikTok Shop game. It's just getting more people to post. And this is actually the same in the creator economy too, right? Like some of the biggest streamers, for example, are ones that just have the most clippers, the most people clipping their content, which is something I'm going to start doing here pretty soon. I do want people to start clipping my content. It just may not be as engaging as some of the other, I guess, more like lifestyle heavy streamers and creators. I don't really share much lifestyle. I just kind of chill in my office and just chill with my family most of the time, or just talk with my various partners and teams. But yeah, this is the game, right? It's a numbers game. So when it comes to TikTok Shop, you just got to stack affiliates. That's really all it is. Stack as many affiliates as you possibly can. And like I mentioned, this brand isn't doing that, isn't reposting their content, but they should. They should totally reuse that content on meta ads. Now, another thing that these guys are not doing that you could do is they're not testing any static ads. And I don't know why, because static ads are actually, they are. I'm lying. They do have one static ad. But static ads are really great for middle and bottom of the funnel ads. I mean, you can even do it for top of funnel, but for middle of the funnel, it's really good. You can highlight testimonials, you can highlight new offers and things like that. Now, another thing that they're not doing is they have a quiz, and they mention the quiz on some of their ads, but they're not driving any traffic to it, actually. Like all of these, they don't lead to the quiz. I noticed that as well. So, if anybody from the Lilac team is watching, I would love to connect with you guys and, audit everything with my team and help you solve some of these little problems that you're experiencing. Because I don't know if that's on purpose. I feel like it's a mistake. Like this one, this one talks about the quiz, right? But when you click shop now, it just takes you to the home page. So I feel like that's a mistake. Maybe not. Maybe that was on purpose. But either way, I show that to you guys too, also to note that like sometimes just the big brands make mistakes too, right? Like nobody's perfect. Nobody's running the perfect business. Everybody's just trying to do their best. And ultimately, you can still succeed by not being perfect. especially when you're in a good market. I think that's also a big lesson here. And one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about the Shopee Lab software is because it's really helping a lot of Shopify store owners build in the right markets. Of course, it's great to build a passion project, but at the same time, if you really want to build a successful business, one of the best ways to improve the likelihood of success of your business is just to choose a really great market that is not only big, but that is also growing, right? That's a big key. I see a lot of people just launching stores and selling products that, quite honestly, nobody really cares about, right? And that can be very painful as a business owner, but when you realize nobody's buying anything from you, and of course, you can't grow your business that way. So it's a really good idea to follow the data and at least to get inspiration from it. And again, that's the purpose of these videos, and I'm going to continue to do them even if some of you don't like them, or even if you guys are like, well, Ari, what are you doing? Why don't you build your brand? And it's like, well, I'm investing in brands, and I have various teams that are very capable, but I also don't have time to be pursuing every single one of these opportunities. So I think it's better for me to just keep doing what I'm doing because I love it. It's working, right? We're building really amazing stuff and getting a lot of investor attention, getting a lot of founder attention. We've helped founders in the community here scale to 30K a day. It's pretty amazing. So don't worry, I'm going to continue to drop more value. And also make sure if you like this kind of content, or if you like what I'm doing, if you like hearing my voice, listening to what I talk about, tune into our streams. So I'm streaming on YouTube. I'm streaming on, I'm multi-streaming. I think I'm also streaming on Twitch and Kick, but mainly on YouTube. I'm just mainly streaming on YouTube, and that's where these videos get mostly posted. But sometimes I do post them on X, and you guys really love them on X, which I love to see because it's really easy to just repost my videos. Again, that's another big key, right, for your brand in general. It's just repost your content, whatever it is you're building, whether it's a software, whatever it is, whatever content you have, repost it across multiple platforms. There's no reason not to. But overall, shout out to Lilac Street. This is a super cool brand. I love what they're doing. I love the market that they're in, and people love their products, which is amazing. They got a great product, great marketing, and then, of course, a great market. I see this just continuing to grow year over year, and I'd love to connect with them and maybe invest. Who knows? But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.